Robots have been around for quite some time, making life much easier. Dishwashers, washing machines, and elevators are all considered to make our lives easier so we can spend more time enjoying life. There is a point at which the robotics and automation begin to encroach on our lives, taking away some of the more simple jobs, then inch by inch adapting to more complex tasks. Soon we will turn around and find out our whole lives are monitored, controlled, and relied upon by robots. This should make for a very interesting future. You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. Today we will talk about the robots taking our jobs. Now, I'm not talking about this little guy right here. Let's get into a few examples. Most notably, Apple and Samsung supplier Foxconn has reportedly replaced 60,000 factory workers with robots. So, of course, it's not all of the workers. They have many more, but it's a step-by-step process. One factory has, quote, reduced employee strength from 110,000 to 50,000 thanks to the introduction of robots. That's right. Thank you, robots. You have allowed these people to be even in an even worse situation. More companies will likely follow suit, and that is true. I'll show you more examples of that. Many of the manufacturing tasks associated with their operations were basically going through this automation period. And any company has one goal in mind, and that is corporate profits. If you can get rid of the individuals who may be jumping off of the building, well, then instead of having to put suicide nets there, because that costs money and maintenance, you can just replace it with a robot. We are applying robotics, engineering, and other innovative manufacturing technologies to replace repetitive tasks previously done by employees. So that's exactly what the case is, but it's branching off into there because, as I said at the beginning, there are certain sort of robotic type things that have been around for quite a while. And people have been using them all their lives. So they don't realize, that's a robot. It doesn't need to be driving around in a store or driving a driverless car to work and things like this to be considered a robot. There are other machines and technology which has done so. And like I said, it's not all bad. These things can make our lives easier, but there's that point at which where it starts to make our lives more difficult when it replaces jobs. Chinese factory replaces 90% of humans with robots and production soars. No denying it. Because in fact, what they said here, this factory set up an unmanned factory almost entirely by robots. The factory has since seen fewer defects and higher rate of production. I've covered this before and even referred to it in other videos. As we see a robot factory opening up, and they show the actual numbers, the percentages below, but it doesn't matter. What you need to understand is that in these cases, they may be better. They said their production increased, they're having fewer problems, and look, they can work 24 hours a day, and they don't ask for breaks, they don't talk back, they don't need health care, and there's all of these different features which allow them to be much better for the corporations. So let's look at this. Even the U.S. Army. A convoy of U.S. Army vehicles will cruise along a stretch of Interstate 69 in Michigan as part of the initial testing of a driverless military vehicle equipment on public roadways. It goes on, but all we need to know is that, look, it's not just Area 51 where they're having this type of technology. You need to understand this is on the public roads now, and it's going so fast. I didn't realize how fast automated vehicles have really gone out into the public, but here they are. And this is just one example where the military publicly using this technology. And Lo and behold, McDonald's. A former McDonald's CEO warned that robots will take over staff jobs at the fast food empire because it's cheaper than employing humans. And that's exactly it. See, the people protested for higher minimum wages, and that pissed off a lot of people. So those people in charge are simply going to get their corporate profits back. You want more money? Well, good luck, because you're going to be on the side of the road as we replace your job with a robot. He said that buying highly skilled robotics is a cheaper alternative than employing people on a minimum wage to work in the company's worldwide restaurants, and said basically job losses are imminent, and he's commented that it would be common sense, that's a quote, to replace humans in the workplace. And of course, this is just what happens every single time when you find a new way to, this is their term, increase productivity, meaning firing people. You do it every single time, even if the economy is doing well or if it's doing bad, they will fire people. That's called increasing productivity. Adidas shifts production, but robots get the job. So right here you have a situation where the corporations getting rid of jobs. Why not? Why not get rid of a human employee if you can replace it with a robot? And according to the corporations, they don't see another alternative but to fire people. Robo-advisers have arrived, and many may be just what your portfolio needs. That's right. This is a selling feature here. That's right. You know, the robo-advisors taking jobs in the financial services industry. It's not just factory workers and everything like this. You need to understand it's going into the robo-advisors, and you see individuals in the industry, I've covered it here before, losing their jobs as a result. Look, what is a financial, if you've ever gone to one that they're going to have you invest in mutual funds or for your retirement accounts or what have you, what do they ask? What is your risk? Is that high, medium, low? I've said this before, but I was actually told it doesn't matter. I'll just click on high. And then you have, other very simple questions. Is this for your retirement? When do you want to remove that? Your basic name and information, how long you've had the current job you're in, what your intentions, basic questions anyway. A lot of multiple choice, and that's it. So why have a human being which has to go on lunch breaks, which has to call in sick sometimes, and you understand where I'm going with that. Why do that? Why not just write a computer program and you could have thousands of people all in there at once, and if they have a problem, then they would call a hotline and reach one person who could help many people at any given moment. See, this is just the way it works using leverage. Last but not least, Google's prototype self-driving car pods will take to public roads for the first time around its headquarters in California this summer. All right, so all that matters here is that Google is definitely leading the way in the self-driving cars. We saw what they do with their Google cars and going around, and they've had some accidents, they've had some big problems, but that's not going to stop them. They're going to push them onto the roads regardless. Sooner or later, we will be, number one, taxed for every mile we are driven, and number two, we will not have a steering wheel in our vehicle. That is the goal, and that's exactly where this is all heading. If you want to know where it's all heading, look up Agenda 21. If you found this video informative, please give me a thumbs up. Every time you give me a thumbs up, which I look at all the time, I'm trying to gauge that. Every time you give me a thumbs up, it pushes the videos higher up into the search ranking. So if you want others to know about this video or any other videos that I do, please give me a thumbs up. It helps me out quite a bit. Last but not least, if you found this video informative, I know you will find my book, The Money GPS, even more informative. If you want to look through the book, just head over to Amazon and they have a look inside feature that will allow you to flip through the pages of the book and see if you like it. Take care.